So we didn't have enough time to do the entire play, start to finish. So we're starting from where Roy and Elizabeth graduate from high school. And they went to Ketchikan, K-High, and they were both really good students. And after graduation, a relationship blossomed. And they decided that they wanted to be teachers. And they left Alaska. They were living in Klawock at the time. After they were living in Ketchikan, and they went to Bellingham and enrolled in the Bellingham Normal School, as it was called, Western Washington University today. But they didn't have much money, and it was 1931, the beginning of the Great Depression, and there were no loans available. So they decided their love would have to wait. Their education would have to wait, but their love would not. And they were married in Bellingham. And we are going to begin with that part.
After graduation, Elizabeth marries her childhood friend Roy Peratrovich, and they start a family. They want their children to be proud of their Tlingit heritage.
Soon Roy joins the Alaska Native Brotherhood, a group begun by Elizabeth's father, Andrew Wanamaker, and other Alaska Natives to fight racism.
Elizabeth joins the Alaska Native Sisterhood. They work together to protect their children and advance the rights of their people.
At a meeting, Alaska Native people tell of the racism they have experienced.
My son enlisted into the Army but wasn't able to vote because he was uncivilized. We live in a real house with electricity and running water, and yes, we use toilet paper.
I wasn't allowed in the beauty shop just because I'm married to a Tlingit person. They told me we don't cater to Indians.
I can't even get a cup of coffee because I'm Tlingit. Can you believe it?
The white people's laws don't protect our people.
But can the laws be changed?
Elizabeth and Roy take their family and move to Juneau, the capital of the territory of Alaska, where the laws are made.
Maybe there they could make a difference for other people. But when they got to Juneau, they are not welcome!
Elizabeth and Roy trudge up the hill.
Elizabeth and Roy trudge up a steep hill and stop before a small house.
Sorry, but the neighbors don't want Indians living next door.
Finally, they do find a home. Elizabeth gets Roy Jr. ready to go to the nearby public school.
What are you doing here? We don't accept any Indians at this school. You need to go to the government schools in the Indian village.
And at the movie theater, the white people are allowed to sit on the main floor, but Elizabeth and her family are forced to sit in the balcony with the rest of the Alaska Native peoples.
Oh, this was life for Alaska Natives in all but the smallest Native villages.
the best seats,
The best schools. The best restaurants.
The best neighborhoods,
The best schools?
and even the best parts of the cemetery.
All reserved for whites only.
no natives allowed!
Okay, we're skipping ahead just a little bit, but obviously things were not good in Juneau, and Elizabeth knew how to stand her ground. She made an appointment with the superintendent of schools. We don't know exactly what was said, but we know that Roy Jr. was the first Alaska Native to attend Fifth Street Public School in Juneau. They also sent letters to the new territorial governor, Ernest Greening, asking him to try to get rid of the terrible signs around town. Ernest Greening actually set up a meeting, and he and Elizabeth met, and they talked about it. He was very sympathetic. He was unable to remove the signs, but he encouraged her to fly around the state and try and encourage her people to support an anti-discrimination bill. Well, Elizabeth was very happy to do that, but she had no money, and so she found an answer to her problem down on the wharf in Juneau. Shel Simmons, the owner of Alaska Coastal Airlines, she talked to him, and he was very sympathetic, and he said, whenever I have an empty seat, you're welcome to fly with me. So Elizabeth took little Lori, who was only 4 then, she had 3 children then, and the 2 older boys actually had to go to an orphanage outside of Juneau for the summer and into the fall. And Roy Jr. told me that he remembers that experience, and he was pretty scared, but Minnie Field, the owner, was so kind, she soon won him over. Plus, he and his little brother knew that they were doing something important to help their parents. So all summer and into the fall, Elizabeth and little Lori flew around in the Grumman Goose, sometimes even above the Arctic Circle, encouraging people to support an anti-discrimination bill. As the weather got worse, they realized that the time for their hearing was coming up. And so Elizabeth and Roy spent many nights around the kitchen table well into the night, figuring out what they would say at that hearing to convince people, the legislators, to support them. Finally, the big day comes. On February 5th, 1945,
a crowd of Alaska native and non-native people shake off the wet snow from their jackets and pack into the legislative gallery.
More people pour in. The doors are flung open and crowds line the hallway. Some stand on chairs.
One legislator after another speaks. The words grow harsher.
It's the mixed breed who is not accepted by either race that causes the trouble.
Who are these people, barely out of savagery, who want to associate with us whites? With 5,000 years of recorded civilization.
As is the custom at the end of the debate, the President of the Senate speaks.
Would anyone else like to speak? Please let it be known.
Elizabeth Peratrovich thinks of her daughter and cringes to think Lori growing up with all those nasty signs. She thinks of her father's mighty sermons. Words are Elizabeth's most powerful ally. The first one stunned the crowd.
I would not have expected that. I, a woman barely out of savagery, who would have to remind gentlemen with 5,000 years of recorded civilization behind them of our Bill of Rights.
She describes the many acts of discrimination her family and others have endured.
But will the proposed bill eliminate discrimination?
Do your laws against larceny and murder prevent those crimes? No law will eliminate crimes, but at least you guys as legislators can assert to the world that you see the evil in the present situation and can help us overcome discrimination.
All those in favor of House Bill 14, Chapter 2, the Anti-Discrimination Act, say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Nay.
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 The first major civil rights legislation in America since the Civil War passes. The new law guarantees
Full and equal accommodations, facilities, and privileges to all citizens in places of public accommodations.
That night, Roy and Elizabeth celebrate in the nicest hotel in Juneau. The no native sign has already disappeared.
Little by little, the remaining signs come down. With the Civil Rights Revolution Elizabeth helped launch is not yet over. She continues to work with the ANS and A&B and others to make sure Alaskan Native Americans are treated equally.
in her last letter to her son, Roy Jr., only a dozen years after the Senate hearing, she writes,
We realize the anti-discrimination bill's passage will not eliminate racial discrimination, but we are satisfied that by the passing of this bill, this will be a step in the right direction.
It takes 19 more years for the U.S. Congress to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The act guarantees equality for all people regardless of race or nationality.
Elizabeth did not live to see this day, but Alaskans today celebrate her efforts along with those of the A&B, ANS, and other people who blazed the trail for what followed. In 1988, Steve Cooper made a proclamation.
I hereby proclaim February 16th, the day in 1945, when Alaska's anti-discrimination bill was signed into law, Elizabeth Peratrovich Day, to honor her courageous, unceasing efforts to eliminate discrimination and bring about equal rights in Alaska.
Just like the fireworks Elizabeth was born under, her words flash and echo throughout her Tlingit Ani.
A bright light of hope for all. We want to introduce our Equality for All actors, and Ms. Benassi is going to do that. Ms. Benassi?
I'm sorry, yes, I'm here.
You're introducing everyone.
Hi, I'm Natalie. Oh, I have to introduce everybody. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. We have Caden Gainey, who was Cooper? Ed Coffey. I'm just going to tell you the names. We have Caden Gainey.
Natalie, can you come down here so that they can do their own little vows? Because I really like their vows. Peter, you gotta do it.
Okay. Now I know what I'm doing. Caden Gainey. Ernie Barron.
Wrong person.
I'm sorry, Wade. I don't know, maybe someday. It's not that I don't truly love you. My brain is like oatmeal this week. I'm sorry.
Wade Lloyd. Talia Hauser. Spencer Baumgartner. Allie Lloyd. Bob Madison Fisher. Yes. George. Ezra Nash. Noah Nash. Sarah, I'm sorry, I don't know the last name. Say it loud.
Tokianabar.
Sarah Tokianabar. Natalie Grant. Ben Gann. Kyla George. Arthur Jim. Hannah Jameson. Riley Jones. And Tim Smith.
Thank you for your help.
Before we leave, I wanted to say something. Deb, Kemp, please step forward. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to Annie for coming and helping us with this, for Deb for coming up with a great idea, for the staff and parents for helping and supporting us, and the staff for allowing us to interrupt their class on the daily, and to this fabulous group of kids. We have gone through this script maybe 7 times, maybe more. We lost count. Changing it, finding time to work on the play was very difficult. We're a K-12 school, and finding the space was so incredibly difficult just to practice. But we have practiced in my tiny room. We've practiced on this tiny stage. We've practiced everywhere. And I'm sure that they practice at home, you can tell. I am so incredibly proud of this work. You guys did a fabulous job with all the changes. People bowing out or going on a trip. So they had to take on multiple roles, and they did amazing. So I want to thank you all for your awesome work. I'm excited for the next one.